Hello and welcome back to Riptide 2022 Splatoon 2 action. My name is GreGuru. I'm joined here.
Hello, I'm Riley.
And right off the bat, we're about to start our redemption bracket. But first, got to give a shout out to one of our sponsors here. Getting hungry? Need to re-up? It's easy. Level up with Papa John's. Classic pepperoni. Brilliant. If you guys want to get in on this, just go to bts.gg/papajohns or click on the banner below and get 20% off with code PapaJohnsSmash. Remember, JOHNS. Papa John's Smash. What do you think? You a pepperoni fan here?
I'm personally not really a fan of pepperoni, but, you know, Papa John's, so you know it's good.
Yeah. Love me some pepperoni pizza. It smells good. It's so tempting here, but I don't think we want a nice ASMR eating stream right now.
Yeah, definitely not.
But right away, we're gonna get underway here pretty soon. Redemption. So this is the teams that we had our pools of 4 teams each. The first place teams in those pools are going right to top 16. Now we have a lot of the teams that finished in second and third place fighting for a spot in top 16 as well. Did you play a little bit earlier today?
Yes, I got done playing just before this. I was on the team Ebi Nagiri, and we, I believe, ended up in third in our group. So like right after this, we'll be going on to redemption bracket. So it's like we just played. Now I'm commentating. Now I'm playing again.
Oh wow!
So nice either way, that's
Splatoon 2 sandwich here.
Yeah, it'll be a great time. But regardless, we are going into our first set here, and that's going to be InkCast'd Killers versus Thembo IHOP. Now, InkCast'd Killers, right off the bat here, it's a pickup. You can probably see that. We have Jorian from Outcast Ninjas, FS Snow and Batson from INK'd or Inked, and also Floops from Squid Killers. Now, those are just kind of a smattering of a bit low-level teams. INK'd won the most recent Low Ink, so that's already pretty notable. And actually, for that matter, it was Inked Killers. So, 3 of these people all banned from Low Ink, and Jorian from Outcast Ninjas, which is just kind of one of the longest running kind of low-level teams, and they just keep improving every time we see them. So definitely excited to see how they play here. And on the other side here, we have Thembo IHOP, who is kind of a Div 4 lifer team. There may be a bit of commentator bias coming through, by the way, because they're some of my best friends, and I play with them very often. But regardless, yeah, they are a Div 4 team. They've been around for a few years now, and they've basically just been hanging in there, and it's exciting to see them playing here at Riptide. But regardless, to start the set off, we'll be moving on to Clamblitz Reef. How do you feel about this?
It's pretty good for a clams map. Not my favorite for sure, but pretty up there. It's all about, I think, a lot of patience, because you really can control a lot of the map if you're able to just hold top mid. So if you can just stay patient in that position as your team is kind of accumulating clams and accumulating special, you can really set up a pretty big push.
That is very true. Not to mention, Thembo IHOP has the player Damp Waffle, and they are a brush player. And brushes and Clamblitz, they go hand in hand. And indeed, we are seeing looks like the vanilla, or no, that's the new ink brush. But yeah, we're also seeing the mini here from the side of InkCast'd Killers. That is kind of Batson's signature weapon here. They're pretty good at it. But regardless, you see Dan's kind of starting off painting mid here. They're basically the closest thing to a support they have at the moment. Able to get that baller very fast, kind of keep that heavy distracted while the rest of the team kind of takes this fight here.
Yeah, and a nice kill right there by AJ to get things started off. 2 down on the side of the InkCast'd Killers. So Thembo IHOP's looking to push up right away. See if they can finish off this kill on the junior here. They do, but not quite the clams, even though they're under the basket. Not quite the clams they need to make a push. They're going to keep pushed up though, so they can keep applying pressure.
Indeed. AJ's still alive here, not to mention Damp putting out a lot of pressure here on Batson as they're kind of sandwiched here. They will be forced out of position, and they will bring Damp down, but still, Thembo IHOP's in a pretty good position here, although AJ going down, as well as Samson, kind of bring that push to a halt here, which is kind of a shame. It seemed like they were in a prime position to put way more points on the board, but forcing Boeing to jump back, so now InkCast'd Killers will be taking mid-control very quickly.
Yeah, here it is. Good spot, and already 1 down on the side of Thembo IHOP, so There comes the Booyah. Already 19 clamps to their name, so looking to set up a big push here with all these specials.
Indeed. Nobody's really gotten the ball in yet, but I see that it looks like somebody's jumping in here. And Floop's able to get a kill here. It's a 3v2 in favor of InkCast'd Killers.
Looks like we have a ball that just came in just short, missed the basket there.
I think AJ was able to get that kill. If they're able to stop bats in here, that could be huge. And indeed, that's a trade. In fact, I think that was Damp coming in through for the assist there, so that was very nice team play there. Able to kind of keep that push from happening. Seems like it's now Thembo IHOP's time to try and get mid, but InkCast'd Killers has the splat bomb, or the suction bomb rush at the ready though, so that might kind of impede their progress a bit.
Damp just causing some trouble here. Pops the baller, ring the faces of everybody, gets one kill with him. They're all three there, gonna get a triple.
That was insane. That's a wipe, and they are in prime position to push yet again. They're coming in with the power clams, kind of taking their time here. But Damp, you can see them putting mines down. That's going to keep like even more kind of pressure on InkCast'd Killers here. They're already down to 35, and they still have 6 clams. They could very well keep this push going if they're able to kind of displace like the heavy remix. But we see kind of Boing and AJ trading places and being down here. So yeah, they weren't really able to continue that push as much as they would like.
A couple of big picks there to stop that from getting too out of control, and right away looks like InkCast'd Killers starting to show some life. They're getting control of the map once again. A bit of a mountain to climb, but still have plenty of time to do it.
Indeed here. We see them with the armor too, but it seemed like it was popped a bit early, so they weren't really able to capitalize off it as much as they wanted to. But they do have the missiles coming through. See Boing here popping the Booyah somewhat defensively here, but it will hold off Datsun just for a little bit here. It seems that Thembo IHOP is kind of able to clear the street back. It looks like InkCast'd Killers are trying to form a ball, but in reality they just weren't really able to get anything together. They do have a lot of clams here, but also Jorian going down is going to be a problem because now they're not going to have as much paint as they'd like. It is a 3v3 scenario, but things are kind of rough for InkCast'd Killers. Actually, never mind. It seems that Thembo IHOP is 2 down, so this might be their chance to push it, especially now that they have the Booyah and the Suction Rush deployed.
This is big right here. They've been in this position before. They're finally going to score. Can they get this other ball? And they do. But right now, 2 down. It's going to be hard to continue this push. They're going to opt to retreat to live to fight another day. And we finally got to see them push in here. They've had this control of mid, and they've had specials, but Thembo IHOP's been so good at just withstanding all these specials and not going down to them and just exhausting the specials from InkCast'd Killers so they aren't getting any value out of them, so they can't push them and score, but I think that does break. But right away here, InkCast'd Killers only with 24 clams, 27, 28. They're going to score another ball here. It gets taken out, but missiles are coming out. And now Thembo IHOP's getting under a lot of pressure.
Yes, indeed here. They will be taking lead, but they did manage to get a wipe on InkCast'd Killers. There's less than a minute here, but it seems that Thembo IHOP's already in a pretty decent position to get another push going. Sadly, they don't really have like an armor to kind of solidify this push, but if they're able to get a few clutch picks here, that could be very good. And they do have the missiles and the baller at the ready, so this might be their opportunity to go as they dump both specials out here. But Damp going down is going to be kind of a problem because now that's allowing InkCast'd Killers to kind of, focus on the rest of them here. But Samson getting a very nice pick on that mini. That could very well be what, the key to this push here.
Great shot there by Bear to get that kill. It looks like just short of the basket. Running out of time here. They will score again, though.
Oh! That was incredible. This could be, I don't know where Damp is, but they could very well get a flank here. I did see them pick up some clams, so this could be something here. Okay, never mind. But yes, now it's InkCast'd Killers' move. They are trying to get some mid control here. It is
down.
Yeah, it's a 3v2 scenario here. They're trying to barrel in, but Boing on the high ground, able to kind of stop this push here. Able to stop the junior as well. There's a jump as well. And that will be Thembo IHOP taking game 1. That was some incredible defense.
But both sides really just hanging on for so long, and then finally Thembo IHOP's able to just die for those balls that were under the basket and get them in and get the lead. So close to KOing too, but
yeah,
really good job of just getting back up and then stopping that counter push because InkCast'd Killers were coming back quick.
Yeah, Samson and Boing, I believe, were the only ones up at the time of that push, but they were able to survive somehow, so that was very good, kind of, not buckling under pressure. So that was very well played all around. Also, AJ with 15 KA. It was very well played from them in particular. They were getting clutch picks all the time.
It's It's tough, especially on that map. You know, you have to watch that car because if the enemy team just goes through that alley, it can be a huge problem if you're not in a position to defend that. So, you know, the backliner, especially Boeing, just
And
being able to watch two places at once.
shout out to the big man plush also, by the way.
Yeah, whatever team has big man support, clear advantage in this. Maybe even unfair.
Yeah, best 110 bucks you could ever spend. But regardless, game 2, we're going on to Zones Piranha.
Really interested to see here. Both teams had a heavy remix last time around. I wonder if we're going to see that. You know, Booyah, pretty decent on this map, but, you know, this is such a nice map for any and all backliners. I'm curious if they're going to switch it up or stick with what they have.
Yeah, Boeing most often plays the remix, but I've seen them play like a bunch of other backline weapons before. I wouldn't... Curious as to if they'd go like Explorer or something, but I feel safe in saying that they'll probably stick with remix. Kind of curious as to if Damp will stay with the Inkbrush Nouveau because, like, or go to Perma Rush or something, because Armor is such a fixture of zones and also Splatoon 2 in general, but also the mines are very good on this map as well, so who's to say, really. Also, Samson may go to Splash, because I know that they play that a few times, but when are missiles a bad thing either?
True. That's kind of my constant dilemma. I do like Bomb Rush here on the Splash, and especially, you know, there's a lot of safe places that you can contest zone with the Bomb Rush from, but just hard to argue with missiles.
True, true.
Get underway here, game 2 pretty soon. Like I said, this is Redemption, so the winner of kind of these pools is going to go on to top 16. Right away, we're going to get underway here. It looks like we do see both backliners sticking with the remix.
And for that matter, yeah, there was not a single change in terms of comps. So, you know, second verse, same as the first. And Thembo IHOP already able to bring 3 down, and that's a full wipe already on the side of InkCast'd Killers.
Going with a great double there, and already under control. And here we go, just mining the zone, so helpful. Just, you know, the enemy team finally gets enough pain on it, and boom, your team instantly flips it back with the mine.
Yeah, Zones Piranha is kind of interesting because unlike other Zones maps, you can't really push forward when you have zone because, you know, it's all ledges. So it's really just a matter of rather than pushing up, it's just kind of digging your hooks into mid. But regardless, we saw that there were 2 down on the side of InkCast'd Killers here, but it seems like they might have zone here, or at least they did for a second. It seems like IHOP is in the process of getting zone back here.
It is a shark at the top of the screen. Gonna run away from Boeing, and here's Samson on the opposite side, gonna get taken out by Batson on the mini.
Yeah, sadly just kind of caught off guard, it seems. Opting to solo missile the heavy, and they will chase them back, it seems. And yeah, they will be bringing down the heavy.
Batson on a bit of a tear right now.
Yeah, already, it's only been slightly over a minute, and they're already up to 5 KA. That's pretty good. But regardless, it seems that InkCast'd Killers is not really having an easy time solidifying their control of mid here. But as soon as I say that, it seems like they kind of get it back. I think IHOP is just kind of waiting for some more specials to come online before they get any pushes here. They do have the Rain and Booyah ready. I think they're just kind of waiting for everyone else to be ready to address.
And missiles come out first in the Booyah. I'm imagining Dam's probably going to pop baller here.
Yes, indeed. They will apply a penalty, but not for much. And okay, that was kind of confusing. It seemed like Bear just didn't die to that baller, but then did. I don't know. Regardless, it's now 3 down for InkCast'd Killers as Batson is kind of stuck here. They are, I mean, yeah, they're the only one up, but if how they've played thus far is any indication, they might be able to get some clutch picks here or something. We do see them pop the suction bomb rush to try and, you know, get a pick on IHOP, but it doesn't really seem to be doing much here. Damp's just, you know, being too much of a nuisance for them to really get control of zones here.
Yeah, one at a time. Thembo IHOP just kind of locking out that right side, not letting him get in. But Batson will get one. Gonna try to get this brush here. They will help out on the assist, and zone's still anybody's grabs right now.
Yeah, but once again, it's 3 down for InkCast'd Killers here. Zones are fairly split at the moment. If they can just get this pick on this mini, that would be huge. But it seems like IHOP is just kind of opting to get control in and around mid rather than focus on the picks.
Yeah, AJ just checking out that side, so at least all of InkCast'd Killers going to go from that way. And they're going to challenge that, and they're going to be rewarded for it as they are going to get the zone cap. Only Boeing Live is going to jump out. So now InkCast'd Killers here working through the penalty. And it's not a big one at that, and once they get through that, they're going to take a lead pretty quickly if they can just hang on.
Yeah, it was a good decision for Boeing to jump out because now that they'll have the Booyah ready. And They do have the baller as well. They're going to have to make a move now because InkCast'd Killers is now through with their penalty. And indeed, they are able to get zone and put a small penalty back onto InkCast'd Killers, so very well played. But InkCast'd Killers could still very well sneak away with lead here with just a little less than 90 seconds left in this game.
Really textbook retake there. I love Boeing popping the Booyah Bomb on one zone as Damp is dropping his baller down on the other one. So able to, because that's the hard thing on this map, is you can get control of one zone all day, but then you just can't get the other, so you're not getting any points or getting a penalty on the other team for it. So really good coordination there.
Yes, but we do see the Ink Armor and the Booyah Bomb coming out for InkCast'd Killers, so this might be an opportunity for them to get a push off. But again, the Junior going on, as well as the Mini, those are kind of their two biggest painters here. So that's going to be really hard for InkCast'd Killers to push back in with as they force someone to jump out. And now IHOP's out of their penalty, so this could very well be game here if they keep it up long enough. This is more than enough time to KO.
Damp is really causing problems this game now, already 11 KA. And yeah, this is kind of now or never for the side of Thembo IHOP. They already have one down, so not going to be an ideal push. Let's see if they can make it work. Another goes down, but Bear is going to throw the Booyah Bomb. It's not going to be able to flip the zone or anything, and this one's going to go to Thembo IHOP.
Yeah, it seemed like that was basically just a panic move. They didn't really have anything else they could do there, not to mention there were two down at the end there, so, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, you kind of got to either cap the zone or, the game is over. You got to do everything you can. Strange things happen. People get caught off guard. People underestimate how much the Booyah is going to spread and end up getting caught in that and die, so you got to go for it. Just didn't quite work out for InkCast'd Killers there.
Yeah, very much. Also worth noting, 7 ballers. Again, Ink Brush Nouveau is just such a cheap baller weapon. Like, if you run some special charge, you'll just be, all over the place with them. Also, once more, big man support. But anyway, regardless, we've got Tower on Sturgeon Shipyard.
So another map choice. I imagine, the brush with the baller could definitely cause some problems here too, just thinking, especially I like the ink mines because there's kind of a lot of places that, you want to push into the enemy court. There's different ways to go about it, but if you're getting marked off by the ink mines, it can kind of slow down those flanks and cause the enemy to, be aware of it and kind of ruin some plays that you would have maybe made if you could have gone on a little longer without getting detected.
That's true. I'm kind of curious if Jorian here will switch Try, because Sturgeon Tower is one of Try's best maps, at least in my opinion. And I just wouldn't be surprised to see someone go that here, because it's just such a strong choice, because you've got so much level geography difference that it can abuse, it can attack from below ledges or rain down from high up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's, definitely not a whole lot of kind of just straight away, lines of sight here. It is all about this kind of weird geography, a lot of ledges and stuff like that. So if you can get a weapon that abuses that, you're in a good position.
Yeah, very much so. But I hear them ready up, so I presume we'll be going pretty much straight into this set here. So this is match point in favor of Thembo IHOP. So curious to see if they make any adjustments whatsoever.
Thembo IHOP looking to punch their ticket to top 16 by getting a good start to the redemption round here.
And indeed, no Junior, but we will be seeing the Zap from Jorian. Boing switching to the V-Jet and Damp on the Permabrush. So it seems like we're going with armor and double missiles here. We've already got the armor online for Thembo IHOP. It's pretty much just a fight for mid at this point here. No one's really making any real pushes yet. But Jorian going down is going to be kind of unfortunate here. Damp already kind of throwing the enemy off, allowing Thembo IHOP to kind of get first blood here in terms of pushes. They will go 2 down, but still kind of keeping InkCast'd Killers on their toes at least a little bit. But now it's 3 down, so that's kind of going to be abandoned ship. So now Thembo IHOP's going to have to switch to defense pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and InkCast'd Killers showing some life, not ready to go down without a fight here as they're looking to get through this first checkpoint. Looks like they're going to go through it with pretty much no hassle. And interesting that, they didn't really make many adjustments. It was Thembo IHOP, the team that was winning the set, who made the adjustments. So maybe they had a good plan for this map, and maybe they just gave InkCast'd Killers some confidence. But that'll shut down that push with the wipe, and it's going to be Thembo IHOP's turn to get a push off here and get some points.
Yeah, it seems like they're mostly just kind of waiting for mid control and also the rest of their specials here. They do have the armor and both missiles coming out, so that's going to be a good opportunity for them to push up. Unfortunately, Samson going down, but that isn't stopping this push just yet here. Bowling on the tower is basically not...
Oh, no!
That was sad. And indeed, that's kind of a delayed wipe on the side of Thembo IHOP here. Samson forced to jump back, but somebody dying there somehow.
Samson maybe dropped a suction bomb there right when he landed and then just got out of there, and Test Killers didn't quite see it, so...
Fair enough.
Sneaky play there.
I didn't really see that. But we see Damp here just kind of trying to play safe here, catch anybody off guard on Spinner here. And it will end up in a trade here, but it is still InkCast'd Killers pushing the tower.
Now, I'm going to pop the missiles, try to... And this is a hard place because you can't really back up when you're on tower. You drop there, so they all have to go to the side. They're going to get chased down, but push really hasn't quite ended yet. They're just regrouping. Tower's coming back to mid, but the control in mid right now does belong to InkCast'd Killers. They're going to be ready to get another push off, but the missiles are going to come out and kind of slow down as AJ gets a nice pick.
Yeah, they do have the armor and missiles yet again here, so it seems like Thembo IHOP's going to be able to get control of mid here pretty quickly. And also, Dryan going down yet again. There's not going to be any armor on the side of InkCast'd Killers for this next push. They do have the Booyah to stop tower, but still, that's not a situation you really want to be in here.
I just see Dam pushing in, retreating, pushing in, retreating. So obnoxious to deal with when you're fighting a brush, because you start to overcommit, go after them to try to finish that kill, and that's exactly what the brush wants.
Yeah, they will go down here, but it did seem like they were able to sufficiently waste Bear's Booyah Bomb. But now that's 3 down yet again for Thembo IHOP here, as AJ's forced to back up here.
Loop's back on tower here. He's going to trade off with the Enzap. Actually, Enzap's going to go back and build some more armor. They have it ready now. And still pushing here. They have to get to the second checkpoint to start getting some points. They're going to get pretty close. They're going to pop the missiles on Samson. He's going to have to just kind of sidestep those. The tower keeps moving.
Yes, able to get a nice pick on the person sharking on the wall there. There's a little more than 90 seconds left in this game, and it seems like, I don't know, I think Thembo IHOP has the ability to kind of turn this around here. I've seen games be won from worse odds, but it seems that it's a 3v3 scenario right now. Damp kind of forced to retreat, but it does seem like mid is in Thembo IHOP's favor, and they're not far up on their specials, but going 1 down there is rather unfortunate.
Yeah, InkCast'd Killer holding up on the defense so far. Again, now you're just thinking about a minute left. Don't have the greatest lead, but you are getting some kills here, and looks like Thembo IHOP that's going to try to continue this push. They do have some specials ready. They're going to wait for these missiles to come down first before they pop them.
Indeed. They do have the missiles of their own, but it does seem like they weren't getting all of them on the same person here. And it's just a 1v2 in the favor of InkCast'd Killers here. Samson opting to stay on the tower and force that checkpoint. That's one less hurdle to go through if they choose to continue the push. So that was probably a good play.
Yeah, I like that play by Samson, standing his ground and get through that checkpoint, so that way when you do make your final push, that's at least one bucket, that's one check off the list.
Yes, and we see them kind of using the mist in conjunction with missiles to keep up the pressure here. We haven't really been seeing much mist usage from bowling in this game thus far, so it's good to see them pull it out here. Thembo IHOP is pushing the tower. They do have the Booyah coming out here. Damp has to get this pick, and they will take lead right at the last second.
Wow, usually I didn't think that was going to happen with the Booyah, but it takes a little while to charge, and that ended up costing InkCast'd Killers, so now everybody's just jumping to tower, and they will get some kills, so they are going to get a chance to get a final push in. Thembo IHOP is currently 2 down. They're all far away from their specials here. InkCast'd Killers pushing up very far. They will go 1 down here, but still, they've got to be feeling some pressure here. Thembo IHOP's got to get some picks if they want to keep this alive. Not many points left, it looks like. And with 1 point, it looks like InkCast'd Killer did take the lead there right at the very end.
Oh my goodness. And it's so unfortunate because they did go 2 down right at the very end. Indeed, they did take it. And you can hear from stage, they said like, oh, they got all excited once the results came up. I don't even think they knew that the game had ended right there.
You never know, especially when tower control like that, obviously we can't have a tie, so you have the same number as your opponent, and it's like, is it going to drop down 1 more point for us to win, or is it going to flip over to the other side to break the tie? Because if you reach that point threshold first, that's what the tie goes in favor of. And the big man chants are coming out. It looks like the reverse sweep is at least something that's being rooted for here. Maybe big man, but it's Thembo IHOP holding the big man, so maybe it's just you know, kind of summoning big man's energy to have them finish out the set.
Yeah, it's not an impossibility by any means. We're going on to a Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track here. I'm not really, at this point, I'm not really expecting either team to make any like massive changes. Damp may go Octobrush because I know they can do that as well. They prefer Ink Brush, but you know, it is what it is. At this point, I think it's just a matter of what strategy adaptations they may make.
Yeah, and this, you have to be so careful on this map because it can just end in a blink of an eye. So, you know, you really just want to be on the lookout for flanks first of all, because you know, the main kind of path to pushing is if, you know, if the Rainmaker team usually take it to the right and, you know, kind of work off that corner and pressure from mid, pressure from that corner. But, you know, if somebody like Damp on a brush can get a flank off from the left side, that can just end the game right there.
Very much so, if they're able to kind of get the picks they need, because with Ink Brush you have to be really close up in their face and whatnot. Yeah, regardless, I feel pretty safe in saying we won't see that much of a change. We may see Boing go to C-Jet or the V-Heavy here. Aside from that, though, I think it's pretty much going to be, you know, same story, different day.
I think this weekend everybody is more going for their comfort picks. I don't think anybody had much motivation to try out a new weapon the last couple of months to
honestly
grind up for the new game.
When this is the big send-off to Splatoon 2, you would like to see people, you know, do stuff like, you know, forget armor, forget missiles. Let's do like Blaster and Squiffer and just other stuff like that. But regardless here, we see Bear switching off the Splatling and onto the V-Jet, and Thembo IHOP sticking with the V-Jet and Damp on the vanilla Ink Brush.
Yeah, so we've seen every variety of Ink Brush out of Damp here. Looks like Floops will get the first kill and a nice double there, and Damp's going to jump out right away because, like I said, this is fast, and here comes the points.
Yeah, Damp forced to jump out. That is essentially a wipe on Thembo IHOP right at the very start here, but they are already coming in for the defense here. Batson has got to be very weak, and indeed they will go down. It's just a 2v1 in the favor of Thembo IHOP now, so forcing InkCast'd Killers last member to jump out, so now that'll be basically a wipe in their favor. They've got to get mid-control and fast. 28 is a pretty big lead to start out with, but it's by no means impassable.
Yeah, I didn't quite check out the builds in the beginning, but LD in play for an entire 4.5 minutes. We'll see what Thembo IHOP can do with that. Gonna try to dodge these missiles here.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate that Boing picked up the Rainmaker because now they won't have the missiles for themselves unless Samson is able to get them. Batson kind of on this elbow here with Floops, able to kind of impede Thembo IHOP's progress on pushing it here. They will be forced back a bit, not to mention Thembo IHOP will have more room to move. If they're able to get the pick on Batson, this might be huge here, and they're able to take lead!
Wow, AJ just going through everything to try to get that lead. Finally does. Great job. And so far, you know, a lot has happened in the first minute 30, but this game is far from over. And, now it looks like InkCast'd Killers is going to try to start their push.
Yes, indeed. Mid-control seems to be mostly split here, but it seems that InkCast'd Killers are kind of gearing up to make a solid push here. But Thembo IHOP's missiles coming through here, not to mention Damp is... Oh, coming through with the splashdown from the wire.
Your instinct, you want to cancel that, but not with the Rainmaker.
Yeah, not to mention, when you're jumping off of an ink rail, you get kind of a height boost or a speed boost or something like that.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
that'll put you even further out of reach. But regardless, that was a huge play. So InkCast'd Killers have both of their missiles online, and they're a fair bit away from their other specials here. So it seems that Thembo IHOP might have an opportunity to push here if they're able to get any picks off here.
Yeah, Samson kind of scouting everybody out, but it looks like Floop's just going to charge right in, take that opportunity. He's going to get a nice double.
That was a triple, actually. So this is huge for InkCast'd Killers here.
They're forcing Damp all the way back.
Yeah, Damp has got to... And they're able to...
He's canceled.
Okay, so they're able to cancel Splashdown, but they also got lead off of that.
That was huge. Floops just went in and just willed his team towards a win. And see if they can hold on here the next 2:15. Gonna take this left side push here, Samson is. We'll see. Doesn't quite have teammates with him, just kind of spacing out InkCast'd Killers at the moment.
Not to mention, Samson picking up the Rainmaker means that Thembo IHOP isn't going to have the same level of aggression that they otherwise would have here. But Jorian able to bring that push to a stop here. They're also pretty close to all their specials here, so this could be pretty bad for Thembo IHOP unless they're able to get some picks here. Coming through with the armor here, that's going to make things even harder for IHOP to get any picks.
I like this mentality by InkCast'd Killers here. You know, the Rainmaker's not in a super terrific position for Thembo IHOP, so they're just not going to pop it. You know, leave it here, waste some time. Finally, Thembo IHOP's going to get the pop, so if nothing happens, that will reset to mid, but, you know, good way to just eat up a decent amount of time on the clock here.
Yes, but we do have less than 90 seconds here, and again, games have been won by worse odds, so, like, mid control is in the favor of Thembo IHOP here. Damp trying to create an opening here, but I don't think they know that Batson is right around this corner. They have backed off, but still, it's not really a wonderful position to be in. Also, sorry about that. But they're popping the ink brush, or the suction rush, and the ink armor here. So it's going to be hard for IHOP to get some picks, but Batson going down is pretty good. But there's a flank from behind. I believe it's the zap. Samson's got to deal with this.
He's going to hold for lead right now, and he's going to get it.
Okay, so the last 4 times that lead has shifted, it's always been by 2 points. I love that. But yes, less than a minute now. InkCast'd Killers have got to get a move on if they want to, you know, increase this lead, presumably to 20.
And this is for the set right now. InkCast'd Killers need to come back here. Flips did some magic earlier. He's going to have to do it again. They do have 3 specials ready. Gonna first contest this pop. They don't have much time though.
For some reason, they didn't really elect to use Bomb Rush on that Rainmaker shield. That would have probably caught them off guard even more. And they're dumping out all of their specials.
All 4 specials just went off at once.
Yes, but I think Thembo IHOP just used some as well, so that might be pretty good here. And Boing applying the mist to that elbow is very good. But Boing going down, they're not going to have those missiles online, but we see Samson already burning theirs. Everybody's kind of tracking missiles on top of each other. They're kind of forced back here. I'm not sure how Thembo IHOP's going to defend this right yet.
Batson just being patient, backing all the way up to mid to make sure that they don't get caught up in somebody else's missiles. Really nice patience here under pressure, but Damp is going to go down here, and all of a sudden it's a 2v3. The missiles come out again. I think Batson's going to back. Oh my gosh, barely surviving those missiles. Thought they were going to take some damage. There can't be much time left on this Rainmaker clock, though. 2 down again, just looking to try to get in. They get a wipe!
That's 3 down. AJ was not able to get the pick from above there, so that will be InkCast'd Killers bringing this to a game 5.
Oh my gosh, when InkCast'd Killers was able to take down all 4 members of Thembo IHOP, I think a bomb went off just towards the end. I thought maybe that bomb was going to clutch and kill the Rainmaker for Thembo IHOP, but looks like InkCast'd Killers is evening up the set now. We will go to a game 5. This is great.
This is already a wonderful set to have on stream, but and Thembo IHOP's got to be feeling the pressure here. It's Clan Blitz on Mako Mart again, and again with the big man chanting. But regardless, we have Clan Blitz map. This is going to be, I'm sure, a field day for a brush main. Once more, I'm not really expecting much in the way of change in terms of comps here, but Thembo IHOP has definitely got to be feeling the pressure at this point.
Yeah, so many lead changes that last game. It can be hard to shake that feeling when you think like, man, we could have just put them away in game 4, but now we got to go to a game 5 and start from a clean slate. We couldn't just defend that lead we had. So gonna be interesting to see what they do here. And this is a bit of a scary map because feels like one of the shorter Clan Blitz maps. Just the distance between the 2 goals is so small. So, you know, you got to be really careful when you're pushing because, you know, if you get a little overzealous and wipe, the other team can just get a counter push instantly.
Yes, not to mention you have weapons that can prey on the ledges here and abuse, you know, height differences. This is one of those try maps I was talking about. So it's like, you know, if you get too close to any ledge, you could just be dead. So that's
the most common place you defend from on this map. I mean, it's, you know, you kind of get boxed out if you're on, you know, kind of the even surface with the other team that's pushing.
Yeah, you could very well just, I mean, it is possible to just, you know, use bombs to defend, but you might not always have those at the ready.
So it looks like both teams are ready up and get underway here. Game 5, Redemption Round 1, Thembo IHOP versus InkCast'd Killers. Ready to see who is going to be on a decent path to top 16.
And it doesn't seem like there's any change in terms of comp here, save for, at least for InkCast'd Killers. We see Boing going back to that remix. That's the main comfort pick we expect from him. And Damp on the Ink Brush Nouveau.
They're going to have to contend with double missiles from the side of InkCast'd Killers, and right away some are going to come out. The Imp just narrowly escaping there, all that pressure. And teammate's going to back up somebody that was chasing him and get the kill.
Batson kind of forced to jump out here, or forced to back away, rather. Baller getting shredded instantly here. Damp kind of just having a good old time behind the spawn here. Able to get a nice pick on Jorian here, but they are under the pressure yet again here. Thembo IHOP has a decent opportunity to push off of this since they've kept them back in their spawn for so long, but they don't really have a power at the ready.
Yeah, just able to collect a few clams. Kind of the spawns can be a little weird early game, so I'm sure they were looking around and just couldn't quite find it, but definitely now both teams holding a decent amount of clams, but it is Thembo IHOP who has the mid control right now. They do finally form a ball, and it looks like AJ, I like this, holding on a 9 just to not reveal his position as Samson is the ball carrier right now. Is going to see what this Booyah can do to clear a path for him. They're going to throw in 2 balls at once here.
You love to see it. And they do still have the missiles and the man advantage. Thembo IHOP has basically had the man advantage this entire game, so they should definitely be able to get some good mileage off of this. Damp making a jump to a teammate who is only a few feet away just to survive. I love to see people doing that. It's a very good play. Boeing able to take down Batson with him just at the very end there. Thembo IHOP is tossing clams forward, but it seems that they're forced off, so that's going to be the end of that push. Getting a push down to 30 that early is very nice. I've seen, like, obviously you could do much better than that on this map. It's not impossible, but still, InkCast'd Killers have got to be feeling some pressure at least.
Thembo IHOP definitely in the driver's seat. They will go 2 down, and 23 clams on the side of InkCast'd Killer. They're going to try to go in here, but the missile's going to scramble them a little. They'll respond with armor. Oh, and just the pressure from the bomb and everything there is going to take him down.
AJ with the bomb and the Ink Storm able to bring down Jorian. That was very nice. And now it's just Batson here on the side of InkCast'd Killers. They're not going to be risking that ball whatsoever here. They will be pushed back in mid. They're not really giving up their position, which is nice, but it's going to be very hard for them to kind of move forward here.
Batson just keeps getting 3 or 2 hits on the brush player and just can't quite finish it off. They did a good job of standing his ground, holding mid though.
Damp has plot armor confirmed. And Boeing able to get a nice mid-air kill on Floops there, able to kind of keep up the pressure here. It seems that they're trying to get a push going, but they don't really have the materials they need at the moment. They're far away from all their specials. They do have mid control, but Thembo IHOP is putting out a lot of pressure. Although the brush player going down is going to kind of not really have that ability to keep them on their toes as they have been. But AJ getting yet another nice pick on Batson, able to stop that push at least a little bit. And it is a split game in terms of man advantage here, but Thembo IHOP slowly creeping back into mid here.
Yeah, I think InkCast'd Killers, they're just going to have to take what they can get. They had, some map control. They didn't have a ton of clams, but you don't have to get this all back in one go here. So 2 down from Thembo IHOP. I'd say now's the time to push in, get some points on the board, but that rain is going to slow them down. AJ repositioned. They're going to have to wait for the armor to pop, and there's going to be a nice kill there by AJ. So they do get the ball in, but looks like they're have trouble getting a basket. Going to suicide for it. 20 points, maybe worthwhile again. About half the deficit gone. So good play there, and it looks like they're going to be in position soon to make another clam anyway.
Yes, indeed. Here we have just a little more than a minute left in this game. Mid control seems to be mostly in InkCast'd Killer's favor here. Samson kind of backing up here, trying to apply a little bit of pressure here with the bombs. There is the missiles and the armor on the side of InkCast'd Killers too. So, and they're electing to burn both missiles here to push back Thembo IHOP just a little bit, but they were able to kind of survive them here. Able to get a pick on AJ here and force kind of the Booyah to not really accomplish much. And it's only the brush left on the side of Thembo IHOP here. And he will be brought down. That's a wipe. This is going to be lead, I think. Actually, wait, no. Just shy of it.
It's pretty close. There's so many clams in their basket there. They will get the lead. Looks like that InkCast'd Killers is doing a great job here. Now behind, but do get taken out. Gonna pop the missiles here, but they're not gonna be able to add on this lead. And here's kind of what I warned about. They gave up a lot of map control in order to get that point, get those points. So now kind of selling their soul to the devil here in order to get that lead, but it's gonna give Thembo IHOP a chance to kind of make one do or die push here for lead.
Yeah, they do have a fair bit of penalty to get through here, but it is possible here. It seems like they were a bit slow to take any mid control here. AJ able to get the ball in, and Damp with the baller as well. They might be able to get it here.
The penalty. It looks like, yeah.
Boeing able to get a clam in at the last second.
Oh my gosh. Thembo IHOP with the win. Fighting off the reverse sweep. Huge Game 5 performance there.
They were 3 down, too. I want to emphasize that. Like, Boing was the last alive, and they were able to just get 1 clam in, and that's all that matters. This is, like, that is their ticket to top 16. That was an incredible set.
Both teams there at the GGs. Just, oh man, even if you're on the losing side of that, you just have to just be happy with how that game was played. And really just to get that push started, AJ didn't have a lot of ink, was stuck in enemy ink, but you know, luckily playing the dualies, using those dodge rolls to just propel him forward just enough to get into the distance he needed to throw that ball in to open that basket to make that push happen.
Yes, indeed. I realized the score on screen, I believe, is incorrect here, but yeah, you just love to see that level of sportsmanship.
Absolutely. So I believe both teams will have a few more games left to fully figure out redemption, but definitely a good start by Thembo IHOP on their way to potentially getting into the top 16 of the Splatoon 2 tournament.
Yeah, you